If you're an intelligent brother or sister, you ask yourself the question, after your experience in the United States, and most of you who's saying it's so great never experienced anything else. So you rarely have no comparative analysis. You ask yourself, how can America raise young men that are so passionate and provoked about going to war and protecting this country? And I don't know, most intelligent people ask themselves, what are they protecting America from? And this is on the day of 9/11. We know that nobody perpetrated 9/11 but our own government. We know that, right? If you do enough research, it's ridiculous. It goes without saying. It's like 2 + 2 = 4. Here's the thing about it. You've been raised under a regime of people that live in fear of going to war that never happens. I don't know anyone that's tried to provoke, since I've been born, a war with the United States. Every engagement we have is us going somewhere. Oh, Cubans are putting, the Russians are putting missiles in Cuba. What do they have to do with us? I know I know with your own indoctrination, which is the point of this whole communique, you think what you've been told to think. Well, if they get this, that, and that. Well, America has literal military bases in other people's countries and continents, everywhere in the world, right next up to their supposed to be enemies that they created. Nobody's trying to bother the United States. So when you ask yourself the question, black people, when you ask yourself all those questions, how can somebody be so motivated by something that's not happening, not true, never will happen? Then you ask yourself the same question about the Bible. Why do you believe something that you were given and you have no absolute evidence of, but you're so passionate about and has never benefited you? Now, I didn't say God, I said the Bible. Because listen, you really think a good heart, everywhere in the world, God is looking at them. Okay? So you think this changed you, but it's amazing how you got back in the world or in the system you lived in, it was against you. Like, why do you think all these men said, and I'm giving another war example, when black men went off the war, they came back, people treated them like shit. But they expected to be treated better, right? You can be so passionate about something because it's been generationally passed to you. And the reason I'm saying all that is you can be passionate in something that ain't true, has no value to you, and is not real at all. It's important you get on your knees, you close your eyes and you don't see that white man on that picture, and that you talk to the God of the universe, the God that moves with his Holy Spirit, and you say, show me what's real and what's not. Show me what's real and what's not. Even your reality can be communicated to you. Your reality can be given you. This is why I teach all my mentees, don't let me or anybody else give you perspective. We think perspective means let me paint this picture for you, but it literally doesn't mean that. It means let me construct your thought process, not let me speak. Because this is what it's supposed to mean when I say lay my own perspective. It's supposed to be let me lay my own perspective of what I think the situation is, not give you the perspective to run with. See, if I give you perspective, I can change it. It can change it. You really believe that some of these non-black folk in church isn't looking at Ed Young when he said, hold on a second. How can everybody be included, but you talking about woke? Woke ain't in the Bible. And woke is associated with, it started off just with black people, but now everybody's involved, homosexuals and everybody. That's fine. Everybody stood on our shoulders before. But I need you to think about that. Don't let anybody give you perspective. And you need to know if what you believe is true. You need to know if what you believe is true. I'm going to tell you this. When I stopped trying to see the Bible as God, and I started seeing the Bible as a book that may have some good principles once I get past all the BS that Europeans have put in there and the Europeans have manipulated and the reality of what exists. But I got to see it as principle and not God. Most of you believe the Bible is God, just like those young, unfortunate rednecks believe that everybody's trying to go to war with us. You can't tell them everybody's not going to try to go to war, and that's how you believe the Bible.